Hey everyone, welcome back. This is Dan from DHTV, and today I'll show you the best Apple Watch Series 11 tips, tricks, and hidden features in watchOS 26. From secret settings and hidden gestures, this tutorial will help you get the most out of your Apple Watch 11. Let's get started. All right, so let's kick things off with the Apple Watch Series 11 hidden features here with the first tip called Double Tap Gestures. And this is one of the coolest features built in, allowing you to use gestures like double pinches to activate different actions. So for example, while I'm on my lock screen or my watch face here, I can double press on my fingers here, double pinch my fingers, and I can scroll through the different widgets I have in my smart stack here. And you can see it scrolls right through them and I can access them like that or see what's going on within them. You can also do things, for example, I have something playing here. I'm watching a video on my iPhone. I can pause it here by double pinching just like that, and it'll pause it for me. So now it's paused on the iPhone. I'll show you quick here, and I can double tap again and it'll start playing. You can also customize some of these settings as well. Open the settings application here, scroll down, and you want to find the gestures tab. And from here, you can turn the gestures on and off. And the one we're focusing in is double tap. From here, you can set what it's going to do. So while you're playing things, you can have it set to play and pause like I just showed you, or you can set it to skip. So if you're listening to music and you double pinch, it'll skip. You also have the smart stack. Right now it's set to advance. You can have it selected as well. So when you activate or access that smart stack, it's going to then open up or select that one. In this case, it's just going to pause and play because that's the one that it popped up with first. But you can even use it to scroll. So I'm in the settings app again. If I scroll, double tapping on my finger, and I can scroll all the way down and see what's going on here. So it's a cool feature, has some abilities. Play around with it while you're using your Apple Watch and see how cool it is for yourself. The next Apple Watch Series 11 tip is my favorite, and it's called Taptic Time. You can access this in the settings and scroll down until you find the clock option, and we'll open that up. And what we're going to do is just scroll down until you find the option called Tactic Time. And when you turn this on, what it's going to do is tap your wrist with vibration patterns to tell you the time silently. Now, its default is digits, and when you tap on them, they're going to vibrate on your wrist so you can feel how it's going to vibrate. And digits is distinct taps for each digit of the time. If you go to this one here, terse, this one is short simplified tap patterns. And then the last one here is Morse code. So it's literally going to tap out the time in Morse. So it's pretty cool. It is one of my favorite features right now, and I've been using it. And what's cool too is you can actually set up the speed of this as well. So if we go to accessibility and we scroll, it's pretty far down to this section here where it says Taptic Time Speed, you could actually make it go faster or slower if you turn that Taptic speed on. Let me know in the comments what you think of this tip, or if you've ever heard it or seen this tip yet. I think it's so cool. It just tells you the time on your wrist. Once you have this set up, it's so easy. You just basically press with two fingers on your wrist, and it's going to give you the first number, which in my case, it's just going and giving me a two taps. So 1 and 1, and then it's going 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I can tell, okay, it's 1, 1 for the hour, 3 for the first minute, 5 for the second minute, 11:35. And that's a really cool feature if you're in a meeting or you're late for something, or if you're a therapist and you just kind of can't glance down at your watch, but you want to make sure you're not overspending your time with that client. You just firmly press down with those two fingers and the vibrations will begin. For the next Apple Watch tip, it's going to be find your iPhone. We always lose our phone. It's so easy to find your phone with the Apple Watch. Just press on that side button. It brings up the control center here, and this little icon, when you press it, will ring your iPhone. For example, and you'll get this little screen here. You can follow it. It'll tell you how far away you are. And when you do get close to your phone, you'll hear a chime and you'll be able to find it a little bit easier. The next tip is the wrist flick with the Apple Watch, and it's pretty much the ability to clear your screen with a simple wrist click like this, and it'll bring you back to your watch face. So I flick my wrist and I'm back. Now, Again, I can do this anywhere I'm at. If I'm in my notifications here or I get a message or anything and I just want it gone quick, I can just flick my wrist and remove that. Now you do need to set this up. So open your settings and you want to scroll down again. We're going to go to the gestures section and you want to scroll down to wrist flick. You want to make sure that's turned on, and that'll give you the ability to always clear your screen with a wrist flick. If you have an app open though, for example, if I was in the fitness app and I exit out, the first flick will bring you back to your home screen. The second flick will bring you back to your watch face. The next Apple Watch tip is going to allow you to connect to your iPhone camera and control it with your Apple Watch. So open your home screen here where you can see all your apps and find that camera icon. When you tap on it, automatically your iPhone camera will then be enabled here. So we can now move our iPhone camera around and you guys can see everything that it's showing in that camera on the watch, and it moves around. So let's say we wanted to take a picture of something, focus in on that guy over there. We can use the options on screen here. So if we tap the 3 seconds, it's going to take the photo. So if you needed to say be in a photo, you'd be able to line your phone up and then take the photo with this. You can tap the 3 dots here and turn the 3 seconds off. When you do that, now it'll just take the photo instantly. I like having it on, just gives me a few more seconds. You can flip to the front facing camera if you'd like. You can turn the flash on or have it set to auto or off. You can configure your live photos if you'd like them auto on or off as well. And you can even see the preview here and even swipe between the photos you just took. So it's a cool feature, especially if you are trying to take a photo somewhere and you don't have anyone to hold your phone. The next Apple Watch tip is great, especially for those of you who have kids and you want them to stay clean. You're going to open these settings once again and you're going to scroll down, far down, until you find the option here that says hand washing right there. We're going to tap on it. You want to enable this, and then when you wash your hands, as it detects that you are washing, you'll see a countdown kind of reminding you wash your hands for 20 seconds to optimally clean your hands. For this next Apple Watch tip, we're going to use our iPhone here, and what we're going to do is allow our Apple Watch to unlock our iPhone in certain scenarios. So the first thing you need to do is open the Watch app either on your phone or on the Apple Watch here, and you want to go to passcodes, and you want to make sure that your Apple Watch has a passcode turned on. So it's prompting me here to create one. I'm going to use one that's a little bit stronger than this, obviously, just for this example. I'm keeping it simple. Once you've done that, open the settings application on the iPhone, scroll down to the password and Face ID, or Face ID and passcode. Enter in your passcode, and from here you do need to have Face ID enabled, and we're going to scroll down to where we see our Apple Watch and we'll enable that. It's going to give you a brief description here. It's basically saying when Face ID can't, for whatever reason, capture your face to unlock the phone, that it will prompt on the Apple Watch. Then you'll first have to unlock it with Face ID or a passcode to allow it to unlock once. And now if you try to unlock your iPhone and you go to use Face ID and it misses, you'll get a notification like this, and it says iPhone 15 Pro DHTV unlocked by his Apple Watch, because it was nearby. So that way it allowed the iPhone to unlock, even though my Face ID didn't work. If you like this, turn it on. If you don't, turn it off. It's a good feature to have, especially if you're wearing a mask or you have sunglasses that are just interfering all the time, but you always wear your Apple Watch. It's a good option to maybe have on. For the next tip, let's talk about some battery saving tips you can use with the Apple Watch Series 11. Now, you're going to open the settings for this, and the first one we're going to look at is in the battery section. So you're going to scroll down until you find battery and tap on it. You'll see the percentage. You'll see through here the battery health, and we would want to tap on that. We want to make sure that optimized charge limit is on. You can read here what it's going to do, but basically it's going to adapt to your schedule and usage to preserve your battery lifespan over time, and just read about it here, but make sure that you have that turned on. And if you're ever in a pinch, go back one. You have low power mode here. Turn this on when you're in a pinch. It'll give you extra battery life by disabling some unnecessary features That'll allow you to at least get by. If you press on the side button here, it'll open up your control center. You also have the ability here to turn low power mode off. If you tap on your battery percentage, you can turn it on and off right there as well. So that's a way to save some battery in certain situations. Another one here is to go through the general tab and then tap on background app refresh. If you have this on, it's going to use a little bit more battery. So if you want to save some battery, turning this off will benefit you a little bit. And then obviously your screen is the biggest culprit when it comes to battery. So go back to the main page here and you want to go to display and brightness, keeping the screen brightness as low as you can. So at the 1 would be best. So if you are using it full brightness, maybe lowering it down when you don't really need it, and also turning off the always on display. The iPhone Series 11 has an always on display, so even when it's locked or you are not using it, it's still going to show you this display. It's optimized for this. It works well. It doesn't use too much battery, but it does obviously use some. So if you turn it off and now you lock your phone or you put your hand over it or your hand is down, it's not going to show you the display unless you flick your wrist back up. So those are some battery saving tips that you can use. I like to keep the always on display enabled for me, but if you can save some battery by turning some of these off, it might benefit you. This next Apple Watch tip is a little bit more advanced. It uses gestures once again, and we're going to go into settings and actually turn off the first set of gestures I showed you how to set up here. So scroll down to gestures, tap to open that up, and make sure gestures is turned off. You don't want that switch in green. Once you've turned off those gestures, you're going to tap on accessibility. We're going to scroll down. You want to find the option that's called Assistive Touch. It's pretty far down here in the settings option right there. And then you want to turn that on. You also want to turn on hand gestures here. So we'll turn those on, and then you want to try it out for yourself so you get an idea here of how it's going to work. So it has options here. This one here says tap, double tap, and clench. So go through each one of them by tapping, do the tap, and then it'll give you this little kind of rundown here. We'll hit the check mark, double tap, so like this. These are the gestures we'll have ability to use. A clench, which is just your hand open and you clench. And then you have a double clench. So for this, it's a double clench. And then tap the check mark. So the way it works, for example, if I am on my home screen here, I'm going to double clench and it's going to bring up these options. Now I can use these pinch taps here or my clench to tap on things. So if I wanted to move forward, I'm going to use a single tap like that. You can see is allowing me to move forward. Double tap allows me to move backwards. So if I needed to select something here, and I could do whatever this action is. So for example, this one says press the crown. If I want to press the crown, now I'm going to clench and it's going to activate that. If I do a double clench like this, again, I'm going to open up those settings. I can move backwards. I'm going backwards this way so I can show you the other options here. I'm going to tap on interaction and motion pointer. And now it's got this little motion thing. I can actually move my wrist around to point to things, and then I can clench my wrist to open those things. So you can literally control your whole Apple Watch here just by doing these types of things. And it makes it a lot easier, especially if you have accessibility needs. But just in general, to really become advanced at your Apple Watch and have full control of things just by using gestures like this is really cool as well. So give that a try. It is more advanced. It's a really difficult to get used to. I just spent about 20 minutes here working with this, trying to figure it all out. So give it a try and let me know what you think of this tip as well. For this next tip, we're going to go over changing the app view of your Apple Watch. So we're going to open up our settings application and scroll down, and all we have to do is tap on app view. There's two. The grid view is what we just saw, but if you tap list view and you go back to your apps, you'll now see it in a list. It's an alphabetical order list. If you have a lot of apps, it's going to be a lot longer to go through it. But for some, this changes the look of your Apple Watch, giving it a more custom design rather than the same design that everybody else is using. So I'm going to go back to settings here and I'll flip it back to grid view and show you again. And now you're back to your original view. For the next tip, if you switch your watch from left to right, you actually need to switch the orientation. So for this, we're going to open settings tap on General, and scroll down to Orientation. So this is where you select which wrist your Apple Watch is on. So I'm on my left, so I've got it there. But if you flip to your right, you would select that. Additionally, if you scroll down, you can choose which side you like the digital crown on. So if you like it on the left, you would turn it to left. And if you're someone who likes to wear their Apple Watch backwards for whatever reason, I've never seen anybody really do this, but you can. Now, if we flip that to the bottom, you can actually use your Apple Watch with the digital crown on the bottom here on the left hand. So it's totally up to you. Actually, it kind of feels a little bit more comfortable this way, but it's up to you. You choose how you like it and give it a try if you want to play around with some extra options on the Apple Watch. If you found these Apple Watch Series 11 tips and tricks helpful, check out my full Apple Watch playlist for even more tutorials and hidden features. Don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to DHTV, and click the bell notification box so you never miss the latest Apple Watch videos, updates, and Apple guides. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.